roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh. Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right. Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old bridge rattled and grew still.
Oh, dear.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter. Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And young he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's got to be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Wait, I've been talking this whole time and you couldn't hear me? Because I had my mic muted? Oh my god. Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't say anything. And I thought I was saying some real cool stuff. Basically, two things I pointed out were that the Mole Man story was because Edie just allowed the dude to live in the house. You know, she gave him the food, and she would have rather gotten attention from a fake spin about her old child living in a bunker than, you know, actually helping him. And the other thing I pointed out was that the comic for Barbara had a lot of details in it that only somebody who lived in the house would know. So it's obvious that she, considering her history, was responsible for giving those details to that very tasteless comic. Otherwise, I just said basic stuff.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
I don't remember. The important detail is that she's just a massive bitch. Yeah, I'll wait. But, she should be Edie's grandmother. Because, Edie has a mom already. And yeah, you know, What? Oh yeah, you're right, we do. And, please do send a confirming message that you can actually hear me. I just want to check that my mic works. Okay, let's see here. Great. Taking a basic look. Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Sven, Eddie. Edie is Molly Barbara and Calvin's mom, you know, like basic deduction, so it's Walter. So Edie would be her great-grandmother. At least I think so. Pretty sure that's how age things work. Hey, Calvin, you made it. Okay, let's give a very basic rundown. Very demented woman builds a giant house, you know, very big, very thick house. Lots of secret passages and, like, 18 graves to her dead children and relatives because she's a horrible, horrible person and it's very neglectful. You know, multiple times it's very firmly implied that she's intentionally caused these deaths. Like, with Calvin, she built a swing in front of a giant lake and just kind of let him do his thing. And, Molly was an accident, but Walter wasn't. So she's an old woman who wants a lot of clout, and she's done some very bad things because of that. That's the basic plot, so let's continue. Yeah.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
There's, a big eyes closed looking down apple emoji, dude.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Well, you see, she doesn't get clout from directly killing them. She gets clout from the Finch family curse, which she gets a bunch of news interviews about, you know? She spends things without context and junk, so she lets these children, adults, and people of all ages get killed in unfortunate circumstances so that she can blame them on the Finch family curse.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
It's like that really bad Smosh skit where a dude in a wheelchair gets pushed into a swimming pool.
For what that's worth.
It's intentional, but you know, you can say that it wasn't on purpose, and it'll be better if you did.
And when you look at the house, at that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
There's a lot. And, Simone, actually, we felt the full family tree, so we're only about halfway through. We have, like, triple the Petscop count of dead children, so it's gonna be a while.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Hey, it's a rat. Hold on, let me look at this. Okay, who was here in 78? Yeah, and she's doing some very unsafe things for a pregnant woman, honestly.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Yeah, so she was only 10, 11, 50. You know, the dude who hid in the bunkers the one who lived it out the most. He got best of the deal, you could say. Well, if we're lucky, she won't.
I'm sure Odin's monument
I don't
had
actually
been Edie's
know.
idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Or at least I can't tell you that, so you'll just have to see, won't you?
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Here we go. This is the old house.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
You know, because her old guy father was actually a real idiot, and he did try to drag him the house across the ocean. But it's less fantastic than she describes it.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Oh, remember this dude, by the way. It's sad.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Yeah, I mean,
but looking back on it now,
this is the best take I've heard about this.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
it's not like there's an actual curse. It's you could say that.
When I was 22 weeks pregnant.
I'd be interested to hear why you think that later. Yeah. What they really should do is just burn the house down and never talk about it again. This is the ideal thing. Maybe I should break one of these windows somehow. Can I, like, jump into them? Yeah. There's no jumping button. So, probably not, actually. I'll try my best. Okay? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, there's a ladder over here. Yeah, I'm concerned. But... Wait, what? Okay, good. Just wanted to say
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Okay, good news. We're on ground now.
They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise. You'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's a really good way to tell a story.
Shoot anything?
Okay,
it's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What? Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
She's like 12.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, okay, so...
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful.
This is Gregory,
the camera's
and
older than you are.
He's, from my understanding, Dawn's dad. So I don't think Edie's Dawn's mom. So
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still
definitely
freezing, though.
not Edith's grandma.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Well, technically speaking, Calvin, I did that because that's what I have to do to progress the story. Yeah, I'm in full control of this camera. You know,
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa's Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
That's just how it is sometimes, alright?
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Oh, I love that there's a dialogue from taking pictures of them too.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Sure. Yeah, Calvin, I'm sorry you're dead, you know. Government assigned not a lot, you know.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Hold on.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Right, I'm back. Let's take a look. I really do be like that sometimes, dude. Hold on. Where... Oh, this camera's so out of focus. I hate how accurate it is.
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
You know, he kind of gets what he deserves for having the toxic masculine survival.
Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down.
Ideal.
Like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Don!
Don't you love taking a selfie of your daughter crying over a dead animal? Oh my god.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, look, it's me!
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
I mean, you are right, but it's just... I can't not think of it that way.
Dad,
Boy.
It's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Yeah, he died. Should we stop?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
F. Yeah, and honestly, out of all the stories, that's the most easily avoidable. If only he wasn't so obsessed with killing animals. Yep. Here we go. It's pausing time. I'll leave the stream open, but I'll be muted. Actually, leaving it open is a waste of power.